My parents always used to say that the way I look at life doesn't come from them. My mum used to joke, Molly's not ours, she's the milkman's child, because it just wasn't really normal in my family to have all this ambition, to have these big dreams. But then there was my Auntie Jackie. I often say that a lot of my ambition came from my Auntie Jackie. That's my dad's sister. She really was someone who I truly looked up to when I was growing up. She had an incredible job, she drove an incredible car, a Porsche. She had an incredible house, she was always draped in Louis Vuitton bags and designer clothes. My mum says that I definitely got my love for the nicer things in life from my auntie. And she was always seeing really successful guys, plus she was just beautiful. With long blonde hair, she really looked after herself. But the fancy clothes and bags and cars weren't the reasons I admired Jackie. I looked up to her because she taught me that you could do it for yourself. Jackie was an accountant, which is what gave her this great lifestyle. When I looked at my auntie, I knew that's the life I want to live. I want to be like her when I'm older. I want to have money of my own. I want to be an independent, strong woman. Even as a child, I just knew that whatever I ended up doing, it needed to be big and out of the ordinary. And though they might not necessarily want all the same things from life as I do, my family have always been so understanding and supportive of that. They've let me be myself and supported me in so many ways, which I'm so grateful for. As you'll see, they've really helped me get started, first as an influencer and later as I grew my business. But to start, let's go back a bit earlier. Family time. I was born in 1999 in Stevenage, Hertfordshire, at Lister Hospital, with a distinctive strawberry birthmark on my forehead. And no, I don't have it anymore. I grew up in Hitchin, another town in Hertfordshire, and lived in the same house almost all my childhood with my mum, Deborah, dad, Stephen, and sister Zoe, who's 3 years older than me. My parents met working in the police. They've both had long careers with the Hertfordshire Police Force. My mum started as a police officer, then worked in the control room answering 999 calls, while my dad ended up as an inspector before retiring from the police. I've always loved telling people that they were police officers, and I'm super proud that those were their jobs. My family is so small. No cousins, only one living grandparent, just tiny. Both my grandparents on my dad's side died when I was really young, while my mother's dad died when she was only 24. When I talk on Instagram about how small our family is, my dad will sometimes message me, reminding me, Molly, you have lots of cousins twice removed that follow you on here. But to me, my family is the people who are here on Christmas Day and on birthdays, my mum, my dad, and sister, and my nana, my mum's mum, and my Auntie Jackie. And since they remember these early years better than me, I'll let them tell you a bit about what I was like too. When I think back to my childhood, I always think about the holidays we had as a family. We never went to Disneyland or Florida or anything like that for our holidays. We'd go to the Isle of Man for a walking trip, hiking every day, or something like that. My parents would take me and my sister to climb ridiculously big mountains like Snowdon in Wales and Helvellyn in the Lake District. We were such an active family. Our sporty lifestyle was mostly driven by my dad. He's always kept fit and is actually an ultra-marathon runner these days, so it makes sense that he pushed me and Zoe to get into sports and be healthy. He was always taking the two of us swimming or running, and if there was adrenaline involved, he'd jump in feet first. When we'd go on a family outing to a theme park or water park, for instance, he'd be the one taking us around all the rides. I think he loved them as much as we did. So in that way, he was just a big kid and a really cool dad to grow up with. While my mum was active too, she was the one who encouraged my creative, theatrical side. Raising us girls, she was just the most dedicated, caring mum. She wanted the best for us and really inspired me to go for my dreams. Not only that, but she went to great lengths to help me make them happen. From when I was young and showed a desire to perform on stage, she'd drive me to theatre auditions all over the country. One year, a theatre group we knew about was putting on a production of Annie, and I really wanted to get the lead role. Like I said, she took me all over the place to audition for it, and I know that even if I'd got the part at a theatre 3 hours away, she'd have been there taking me to every rehearsal. She was that invested. Sadly, I was never cast for anything but the chorus, but more on that later. On Sundays, we used to go to church because my nana is really religious, and we'd have a roast dinner, but that wasn't really our special family time. The happy family time that I remember having together would be on those walking holidays, going to the Lake District, going to Wales, walking around the Isle of Man. That was sort of how we bonded as a family. My friends would be on summer holidays in America or Egypt, and I'd be in waterproof trousers and a rain mac, walking 12 miles a day at 8 years old. I walked up Snowdon at 6, which just goes to show the way my parents were. There was no opting out of things like that. Looking back, I think my mum would have probably wanted to go to Florida as well, but my dad loved those active holidays, so we'd do it for him.